So I didn't have all the panels that went on the side of the van because it was originally just carpeted over the top of the old one. So that is the original cardboard, which had all the holes in the right spot. So unfortunately, didn't have that for the side. So I'll show you how I've made it from scratch. And I'm using 3.6mm, or as it's known, 4mm ply. And this is why I always like to keep big pieces of cardboard, because I knew this was going to happen. I'm going to need to make a template for this back panel. Hopefully it matches the one on the other side. So the trim has got to not cover this and just run alongside it, because you can see it just dips down into there. So that's going to make it even harder for me to try and measure. So at least if I get one corner, I could secure it and then work onto the others. Cut it there. So that's as close as we're going to get it with a bit of cardboard. So next bit is to go and put it on the plywood, transfer it over. Let's hope it fits. It's guaranteed going to need some trimming here and there, but it's close. I couldn't have eyeballed that. So we're just holding it up, and it's not actually that bad. It's just a little corner up there. I'm not really that happy with that straight line. I want to make that a straight line, and just the arch down the bottom. It looks like we're pretty much there, which is phenomenal for me, because I'm not known for my woodworking skills. It's perfect. All I've got to do is just smooth it off a little bit. Now I've offered it up to the other side, which is slightly different because the door opening, it comes out a little bit. So this is a little bit of a time shift for me, because I cut these out a couple of days ago and then I wanted to get finished on the floor. So it's the night of that, me finishing the floor, and I'm just trying to size up how everything goes, because this is the very first panel I'm fitting. So I thought I'd let you share that one, because this is the one that goes wrong. It's not going to be any other, is it? But because I've got quite a big panel here rather than just the standard little one, I have to pull it back and just aim for that hole there. Now, I'm using a cone drill. Now there is a little bit of carbon build-up on that because I cleaned a starter motor right next to it and got a load of dirt and grime, so I'll get that sanded off before I fit it, but just for the purpose of fitting, it's coming close. So I've drawn a line along there, and then I've marked at little intervals of where it is, and I've measured each one from that line, and it's all 20mm. So I'm just going to mark from the line, not from the edge. 20mm, 20mm, 20mm. I'm just going to go straight in with the cone drill. So hopefully, if I find the hole and I'm not quite square, the cone drill is going to be guided by the metal to square it up. That makes sense. So I'll be able to start off with a small, hopefully centralised within the hole, more or less like that. So if I find the edge, hopefully it will drag me in. If I tighten that up, that might help. Let's try again. Don't know, I can see a hole. Right, so we can see it there. I'll do the same again here. No, can't find that one. Right, so that moved. That done a little shift then. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get an 8mm drill bit, just put it in there, just to help keep it straight. just to stop it wandering off. So that's a lot better. So I'm just going to make sure that they're all 8mm and we should be good to go. I'm going to do the same around the rest, and I'm only going to do 2 because I've already measured that it's 225 from this point to the next one, and I've marked both sides, so it's pretty much the central line. This is hard work, this. So this was one of the original panels, and it was actually self-tapered in, so a couple little screw holes in there. So I wanted to fit these just a little bit tidy. Now initially I had purchased these nice little clips, but it would always leave that little bit of a plastic finish on the outside, which is what I didn't really want, because then I've seen other installs and they were so tidy. So I then sourced these little clips. So these little clips are hidden little clips that basically go into the cardboard or the ply, and because they sit underneath the carpet, this is one of the old ones, it sort of sits underneath. So let me show you how to fit these clips. It's an 8mm hole, and we just sort of wind them in, so we've got a slightly pointier bit, so the pointier bit goes through, and we just spin that round and it finds its way in, as we can see there. So that's a fairly good clip, and you can see that's hidden. So when it's covered, so in something like this, it could be quite well hidden, a smoother finish. But I'm now working in sections, so that's tight, so they're in. So it's going to pull everything in place, because if I was start drilling here and I'd not put these on and it did move over to the left or right, all these are going to be out then. But yeah, it's coming along nicely. So again, at the bottom we can actually see the marks that I've marked. So that's 25mm up, that was 25mm up. I don't know what that says. I think that says 28. So we'll see where that is. But if we can just have it sitting semi-tight, that would be good. And just 2 in there, just to help square it up, and it'll look like it's done then. So I measured a straight line from that hole to that hole, because I got them both in. 225 either way, and I've managed to do it, both of them. So for me, I think that's an actual result. So this me, there's an actual YouTuber out here who's okay with cars, hasn't got a clue with carpentry, and seems to pull it off. Because my carpentry skills are practically zero. But I'm impressed with that. I know you're probably not. So the only carpenting video I am going to show you is on the very last panel, which isn't this one. It's going to be this one. A little flap, and it's not for posting letters. It's to make a little bit of a shelf, so we're going to have all our switches. Which is going to be a really trick shelf, something I've not seen on anything else. Talking of finish, I'm not going to show you how to carpet any of these panels until the very last one. As you see, that's quite nice, quite trick, quite smooth. But if you do want to see what I'm going to do with that last bit of trick install, so the final bit of ply, the final shelf, the final panel, I'm going to cover the carpeting, I'm going to cover the actual install, fitting the clips, everything. Think about subscribing, because I'd make things way more complicated than they need to be. I think that's where I really enjoy doing these sort of builds, because just buying a set of panels, carpeting, sticking them on, I've got to do everything from scratch. So share, like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. But I am going to cover carpeting to a sort of degree when I do the ceiling. So the ceiling's going to be start to finish, including covering. So that sort of covers this sort of subject as well. But full weight carpet, I can tell you now, it's worth getting the premium stuff rather than the cheaper. The cheaper stuff is what I'd actually took off the van, and it's not really that great, to be honest. Very naff, don't like it, whereas the other stuff I got, way better. So share, like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching, and it's a ta-ra for me.